This is Watch Eric and you are tuned in to my new YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. So today I'm going to be doing a review on a watch that I have been anticipating to see in person since its release a couple months ago. That watch is the Submariner in white gold with the blue bezel. So in my previous video about the new releases from Rolex with the whole redesigned Submariner in the 41mm case, I had mentioned that probably my favorite looking one of all was this one. Crazy to finally see it in person. I don't know what it is about something so simple, just keeping the same watch as before, like this Smurf that I'm wearing here today, and just dropping a black dial that makes such a huge impression and difference. Honestly, I can't believe that they didn't do this earlier. Yes, I do like the traditional Smurf, and it is an amazing watch. However, the black dial certainly gave it a whole new twist. So one point that I want to bring up is I feel that lately white gold is getting more attention than before, okay? Something as simple as this watch right here, where the past 3 or 4 years, the prices have been simmering down almost even below the 20s for quite some time there. Now white gold tends to be hot. It's crazy because for the most part, the retails of white gold watches are usually higher than yellow gold. But on the second-hand market, they tend to simmer down and tend to be below yellow and rose. Mostly because I feel that when people want to buy a gold watch and want to spend that much money, they want people to tell that it's made out of a precious metal. Not everybody wants a watch that's below the radar, especially in a city like Miami. The crazy part about it is that sometimes I'm not sure if it's when these watches become discontinued that you want it more and more, but I've overlooked this watch for quite some time. And now that I have it on my wrist for the past 3 days, I want to tell you I kind of like it. It pops. Something about it just talks to me differently than it has in the past. Maybe I'm just so used to wearing it in yellow gold that now seeing it like this gives me that change. Or maybe the fact that they're selling for $38,000 out on the internet, maybe that's what makes it so appealing now. But that being said, this one for me is a hit. You know, when I did the review on the Kermit, I was explaining that I couldn't believe that they had actually redone the Kermit in 2020, considering that it was supposed to be an anniversary model. This one for me just came out of nowhere. You know, it was an easy play. Black and blue, they call it the bruise. It always works out. For me, the watch looks stunning, and it's definitely a combination that we needed. For quite some time there, all we really had from Rolex was the same combinations. Even when the Batman came out, I was quite surprised. I was really expecting the Coca-Cola, which we still are waiting for today, and maybe one day we'll be blessed with it. Another thing I want to point out is that when you put it side by side, they look the same exact color to me. It's crazy how the dial alone makes that much of an impression that it almost changes the whole look of the bezel. I have it right here side by side, and they pretty much look the same tone of the bezel. I can't believe I never thought about putting a stainless steel black dial on one of these in the past. But then the problem is when you customize something and it doesn't look like that from factory, then it's just way too overboard, if you understand what I'm saying. So it's been already a couple months since this watch came out, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that the clasp has already grown on me. You know, at first I was like, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna really like the thicker clasp design, but you know what? Again, I don't know why I ever doubt Rolex. They know what they're doing. They thought about this hard and well before they actually went and redesigned the best-selling and most popular watch they've pretty much have ever had. Now that I bring up that point, how hard is it gonna be to get this watch? I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is one of the very few that's been available as of right now in the US. That's already maybe giving us a precursor of how difficult this is gonna be. The only thing I wanna say is it gonna be over retail like the GMT Meteorite dial? You see, the thing about that watch is that it has a Meteorite dial, so it's like super, super special. This, on the other hand, I'm not really quite sure what's gonna happen with it. I've had numerous people call me that attended the AD viewings that they did this year, where they invite the VIP clients to see all the new models. Everybody called me and they said, hey Eric, should I order the white gold sub? Do you think it's gonna be over retail? And you know what? I found it quite interesting that not one person said, I ordered it just because I liked it. You know, I would have ordered it just because I liked it. Why does everything have to be over a profit or because it's over retail? I'm gonna go ahead and say that right off the jump, this is probably gonna be around $20,000 over retail. It retails right now for $39,000 and some change. And of course, the first couple of them, you can expect anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 for a premium. But it really all depends how many will be available. That's gonna really determine what that secondhand market price is. So right now, since I have them both side by side, if I had to choose one, I mean, I've always liked this watch. And I think the name that they gave it with the Smurf blue was pretty spot on. This bezel appears to have a bit more of a true blue, whereas this has, man, I'm talking about such a fine little hint of a royal blue. But side by side, they almost look the same. I'm gonna go ahead and say that of the Submariners, I'm thinking, and you know, this can change, but right now, I think this is my favorite combination Submariner that I have ever seen, and so far, it's on my top list of favorites. So as far as the watch game goes, I mean, if you have one of these watches right now, in the next 3 months, you're obviously killing it and you're doing big things. Because either A, you somehow allocated one, or B, you paid over retail. It's gonna be interesting to see in the long run what's gonna happen. Why do I say that? Because 3 years ago, yes, this was still a gold piece. Yes, it's still definitely a contender in the watch game, no doubt about it, but the prices were kind of low. Whereas maybe I think, maybe the yellow gold was a little bit more above it. So right now we're gonna have to wait and see. At the moment, the hype is still fresh. So yes, definitely a heavy piece in the watch game. So my final conclusion is that I think I actually like this watch better than the white gold Pepsi GMT. I know I had that watch before and it's kind of like a love-hate relationship, and I'm hoping that in the near future, this piece can fill that void. So comment below what you think about the new Rolex Submariner 126619, and what do you think will be happening to the prices of this model. And if you like this video, like and share it. Also, subscribe to my new channel.